Scientists are shocked by what these archaeologists have found. Beneath layers of earth and time, hidden secrets have waited silently for millennia, until modern tools and determined researchers brought them to light. Today, you'll discover that these archaeological discoveries reveal stories our ancestors never wanted us to discover. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 13. The enigmatic Kokno Stone. Hidden for decades beneath Scottish soil lies one of Europe's most significant pieces of prehistoric art. The Kokno Stone, discovered in 1887 by English clergyman and antique dealer James Harvey during research in Scotland's Faifley region, represents one of the most spectacular examples of Bronze Age rock art ever found. This extraordinary slab measures approximately 13 meters long by 8 meters wide and features dozens of intricate spiral patterns and other symbols carved directly into its surface. Archaeologists classify these markings as petroglyphs, symbolic designs etched into stone surfaces by prehistoric peoples. The Kokno stone's elaborate spirals, cup marks, and rings make it one of Europe's most complex and beautiful collections of rock art. After its initial discovery, the stone was reburied near a Scottish housing estate to protect it from vandalism. When finally re-excavated decades later, archaeologists used modern digital documentation techniques to record every detail. Number 12. Record-breaking Han Dynasty gold coin cache. In 2015, archaeologists in Nanchang City, China, made a discovery that literally gleamed with historical significance: the largest collection of ancient Chinese gold coins ever unearthed from a Han Dynasty tomb. The breathtaking treasure trove contained 285 gold coins, all remarkably similar in design and weighing about 9 ounces each, carefully stored in lacquered wooden boxes that had preserved them for over 2,000 years. This wasn't just any random burial site. The coins were found in the Royal Haihunhu Cemetery, believed to be the final resting place of Lu Hai, the first Marquis of Haihun and grandson of Emperor Wu, the longest-serving emperor of the Han Dynasty. According to Xin Lixiang, who headed the excavation panel, this treasure wasn't inherited wealth but a direct gift from the emperor himself to the Marquis, signifying extraordinary imperial favor. As the 40,000 square meter cemetery had been under investigation for 4 years before this spectacular find. Along with the gold coins, researchers discovered 8 separate tombs, a burial site for chariot-pulling horses, and a remarkable collection of cultural artifacts including a portrait of Confucius, approximately 3 sound wooden tablets, and bamboo, slips containing writing, and numerous bronze, gold, and jade items. Number 11. The Mount Owen Moa Claw. In 1987, a team from the New Zealand Speleological Society ventured deep into the caves of Mount Owen and stumbled upon something that looked straight out of a science fiction movie: a massive bird claw with skin and tissue still attached. The discovery was so striking that when images recently recirculated online, Star Wars actor Mark Hamill commented that it resembled a ranker's hand, referencing the monstrous creature from Return of the Jedi. What makes this discovery particularly remarkable is that the claw belongs to an upland moa, Megalopteryx didynus, a species that has been extinct for over 700 years. Despite being approximately 300 years old, the claw retained soft tissue, including skin, muscle tendons, and even scaly skin patterns. The preservation is so complete that it looks as though it could have belonged to a bird that died recently, rather than one extinct for centuries. Moas were giant flightless birds unique to New Zealand, with the largest species growing up to 12 feet tall and weighing over 500 pounds. They dominated New Zealand's landscape as the primary herbivores for thousands of years, with their only predator being the equally impressive Haast's eagle, the largest eagle species known to have existed. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 10. Mysterious Amazon Rainforest Ruins, Deep in the Dense. Amazon rainforest, archaeologists stumbled upon ruins that have been kept surprisingly quiet. No official photographs have been released, but witness descriptions captured in artwork suggest something extraordinary, evidence of an advanced civilization that thrived in what we long thought was untamed wilderness. The Amazon has always kept its secrets well hidden beneath the dense canopy and tangled vegetation. For centuries, explorers and researchers dismissed accounts of large settlements in this challenging environment as mere myths or exaggerations. This discovery shatters those assumptions, suggesting that sophisticated societies with complex architectural, knowledge-modified and inhabited areas we've wrongly labeled as pristine nature. The structures reportedly include geometric patterns and alignments that couldn't occur naturally, with some stone elements bearing markings consistent with deliberate human modification. The scale and complexity suggest social organization far beyond what was previously attributed to Amazon societies. Number 9. Europe's ancient cannibalism. When most people think about cannibalism, they imagine distant tribes in isolated jungles, not Europeans. Yet archaeological evidence has revealed that cannibalistic practices were part of European history much longer than anyone wanted to admit. The oldest fossil evidence comes from a French cave called Moula-Guercy, where 100,000-year-old Neanderthal bones tell a disturbing story. A team of paleontologists reported in 1999 that bones from 6 Neanderthal victims showed unmistakable evidence of being processed for consumption. The bones weren't just broken randomly, they were systematically fractured in specific ways to extract nutritious marrow and brains. Tool marks on mandibles, femurs, and other bones indicated that tongues and other soft tissues were methodically harvested. This wasn't desperate survival cannibalism. The evidence suggests a practiced, routine behavior. Europe's dark cannibalistic history didn't end with the Neanderthals. During the severe famines of 11th century England, historical records document human flesh being sold in markets. In Spain, the bodies of executed criminals became food sources during periods of extreme scarcity. Number 8. The ancient toilet. Barrels. In Denmark, archaeologists got extremely excited about something most people would turn their noses up at: 700-year-old toilets that still stink. The discovery featured 3 barrel latrines stacked on top of each other, forming a medieval waste disposal system that nobody expected would survive the centuries with its contents intact. These weren't purpose-built toilets initially. The barrels once transported goods and stored fish before being repurposed for human waste management. You can still see the original owners' names etched into the wood. Little did they know their trading containers would become time capsules of medieval bathroom habits. The ingenious medieval engineers tied the barrels together, lined them with clay, and even installed primitive drainage pipes at the bottom. What makes scientists so enthusiastic about this stinky discovery? The perfect condition of the preserved excrement offers an unprecedented window into 14th century dietary habits. Every chunk and fragment reveals clues about what medieval Danes ate, the parasites they harbored, and even aspects of their health that written records never captured. Number 7. The colossal Saqqara discovery. In one of Egypt's most significant archaeological events in decades, experts unearthed a treasure trove that left the world stunned. Near Cairo, at the famous Saqqara necropolis, archaeologists discovered 250 painted sarcophagi containing remarkably preserved mummies, alongside 150 bronze statuettes depicting various Egyptian deities. The find was so spectacular that Egyptian authorities created a special exhibition at the base of the Step Pyramid of Djoser to showcase these incredible artifacts. The sarcophagi weren't just ordinary coffins. They featured vibrant colors that somehow withstood thousands of years buried beneath the sand. Inside, the mummies remained in astonishingly good condition, offering unprecedented insights into ancient Egyptian burial practices. According to Mustafa Waziri, who heads the Supreme Council of Antiquities, the team also recovered bronze vessels used in rituals honoring Isis, the Egyptian goddess associated with fertility and motherhood. Dating from approximately 500 BCE during Egypt's late period, these artifacts provide a direct window into a crucial transitional time in Egyptian history. Perhaps most exciting was the discovery of a headless statue believed to represent Imhotep, the architectural genius behind Pharaoh Djoser's iconic step pyramid. Imhotep lived around 2630–2611 BCE and was later deified for his contributions to Egyptian medicine, architecture, and science. Number 6. The Atacama Skeleton. In 2003, a tiny mummified skeleton discovered in Chile's Atacama Desert sparked worldwide speculation about alien visitors. Standing just 6 inches tall with an elongated skull, disproportionately large eye sockets, hardened teeth, and only 10 ribs instead of the normal 12, the bizarre specimen certainly didn't look human at first glance. Nicknamed Atta, this extraordinary skeleton fueled conspiracy theories and appeared in documentaries suggesting extraterrestrial origins. The peculiar anatomy seemed too strange to be explained by known human conditions. The skeletons, well preserved, stayed allowed for detailed examination, revealing fully formed teeth and bones, characteristics that seemed impossible for something so small if it were human. But science eventually unraveled the mystery. Researchers from the University of San Francisco conducted comprehensive genetic analysis and determined that Atta was unquestionably human, a girl with a unique combination of genetic mutations that caused severe skeletal abnormalities. Number 5. Ancient Ibaloi Fire Mummies. In the remote mountains near Cagayan in the northern Philippines, a local tribe called the Ibaloi practiced one of the world's most distinctive mummification techniques. Unlike the Egyptian method of removing organs and using preservative chemicals, the Ibaloi created what became known as fire mummies through an extraordinary process that began before death. When an Ibaloi tribal member knew death was approaching, they would start drinking extremely salty liquids to begin internal dehydration while still alive. After death, the body was thoroughly washed and positioned in a fetal position, symbolically, returning to the posture of birth. Then came the remarkable preservation technique. The body was placed in a wooden coffin suspended over a continuously burning fire. For weeks, the gentle heat and smoke gradually dehydrated the corpse, preserving tissues without destroying them. The smoke contained natural chemicals that prevented decomposition and repelled insects that would normally consume remains. This sophisticated process created mummies with remarkably preserved features that have survived for centuries. Number 4. The Frozen Inca Children. High in the Andes Mountains, archaeologists discovered something that sent chills down their spines. Perfectly preserved children who looked like they were just sleeping. These weren't your typical mummies, but victims of capacocha, an Inca ritual sacrifice practiced over 500 years ago. The most famous is La Doncella, the maiden, found near the summit of Mount Lulailaco at a mind-boggling altitude of 22,110 feet. The freezing temperatures and dry air created natural freeze-drying conditions that preserved everything: skin, hair, clothing, and even the contents of her stomach. Scientists could tell exactly what she ate before death: vegetable stew and coca leaves. Here's the shocking part. Blood tests showed these kids were drugged up with alcohol and coca, the plant used to make cocaine, for up to a year before death. The drugs kept them compliant and dulled their fear as they were marched up to some of the highest peaks in the Andes to be sacrificed. Number 3. Roman dodecahedrons. Across the former Roman Empire, from Wales to Hungary, archaeologists keep finding strange metal objects that nobody can figure out. They're hollow bronze or stone dodecahedrons, 12-sided objects with knobs on each corner and differently sized holes on each face. About 130 have turned up so far, most dating to around the 2nd and 3rd centuries CE. Not a single ancient text mentions these things. 0. No paintings show them, no mosaics depict them, and no records explain their purpose. These weren't cheap trinkets either. They required sophisticated metalworking skills to create the precisely measured geometric shapes. Here's what's frustrating archaeologists. They only appear in the northern provinces of the Roman Empire. None have been found in Rome itself or in southern regions like Italy, Greece, or North Africa. They range in size from golf ball to softball dimensions, and each one has slightly different sized holes. Number 2. Göbekli Tepe's Impossible Timeline. In the 1990s, German archaeologist Klaus Schmidt started excavating a hill in southeastern Turkey that local farmers had been hitting with their plows for generations. What he uncovered turned archaeology upside down. Massive stone monuments with intricate carvings that dated to around 9500 BCE, predating Stonehenge by 7,000 years, and the Egyptian pyramids by 7,500 years. The wild part? These structures were built by hunter-gatherers. Until Göbekli Tepe, archaeologists were absolutely certain that massive stone monuments could only be created by settled agricultural societies with food surpluses, specialized labor, and social hierarchies. These people hadn't even invented pottery or metallurgy yet, but somehow they quarried, carved, and erected stone pillars weighing up to 20 tons. The T-shaped pillars stand up to 18 feet tall and form circular structures around central pillars. They're decorated with detailed relief carvings of animals: foxes, lions, bulls, snakes, spiders, and birds. Some pillars show human arms carved on their sides, suggesting they represent stylized people. Number 1. Longyu Cave's Impossible Engineering. In 1992, a Chinese villager drained a pond in Zhejiang province and discovered something impossible: massive hand-carved caverns that nobody knew existed. Archaeologists have now mapped 24 adjacent caves covering nearly 30,000 square meters, each carved with perfectly straight lines and evenly spaced supporting pillars. Not a single historical record mentions their creation. These aren't natural caves with a few modifications. Every surface, walls, ceilings, columns, was chiseled by hand to create a pattern of parallel grooves so consistent they look machine-made. Engineers estimate it would take 1,000 workers 6 years to complete just one cave using modern equipment, using ancient tools. The workload seems impossible. The precision is what really freaks out scientists. The cave floors are perfectly level, with variations less than 2 centimeters across areas bigger than football fields. Now, I want to know from you, which of these discoveries made you most curious? Tell me below in the comments. Take advantage and click on this video. That is appearing on the screen because I separated it especially for you. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.